All right. I am honored to introduce our speaker, Patty Limerick, today. Many of you know Patty, and she is also a member of our Rotary Club. I will be brief because I want to give her as much time as we can. Patty always has such interest in talks. Patty Limerick is the faculty director and chair of the board of the Center of the American West at CU Boulder, where she is also professor of environmental studies and history. She served as the Colorado State historian and was appointed to the National Council on Humanities. She's the author of numerous books, a frequent public speaker, and a columnist for the Denver Post. Patty has received numerous awards and honors recognizing the impact of her scholarship and her commitment to teaching, including the MacArthur Fellowship and the Hazel Barnes Prize, which is the University of Colorado's highest award for teaching and research. Patty has dedicated her career to bridging the gap between academics and the general public, to demonstrating the benefits of applying historical perspective to contemporary dilemmas and conflicts, and to making the case for humor as an essential asset to the humanities. We are fortunate to have Patty here today to discuss those elements in the complex case of the Bears Ears National Monument. Please join me in welcoming Patty Limerick.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the chance to be here, and I don't want to give too much away here, but we have an exciting experiment where I'm going to be my own responder. And that may not make sense, but it does. It will make sense very soon. Okay, so here is our topic, and the subtitle may be surprising because the Bears Ears National Monument controversy, which we'll get more detail on soon, is a very heated, very contested, very litigated issue. It is really one flashpoint. Well, it's not just a flashpoint, it's a series of flashpoints in our world. So for me to call it an open door to national and regional self-understanding, that should be initially bewildering. Why would I take such a tangled, conflictual subject and think of it that way? Well, we'll get to that. So here is my request over the next weeks, really. What I'm about to give to you, I hope, is a way to take a heated contemporary controversy, apply historical perspectives, reduce the heat, and offer a much better grounding for problem solving. I believe that this could work. I have no compelling evidence that it can work. So, you are an extremely important test audience for me in checking this out, and I will want to hear anything you have to tell me over the next weeks about how this could be better done. So, here is a place at the center of national attention in 2018, and I cannot say American West, my organization, gets involved in everything. If we ever thought we'd keep our distance from a current challenge involving history, we gave that thought up about 10, 15 years ago. And yes, I do have interesting things to say about History Colorado and the State Historical Society. I won't be saying those today, but that's in the background. So here we have the way that this came into our world. A spectacular landscape photographer, Stephen Strom, who's a retired astronomer. He and his wife went to the Bears Ears area for years and years and years as visitors, and people loved that area. His wife passed away. As a tribute to her, he and his granddaughter, Rebecca Robinson, decided to work together on a project. Steve took absolutely stunning photographs. He is remarkable as an artist in that. His granddaughter, Rebecca, in tribute to her grandmother, did interviews with people who have different positions on the Bears Ears Monument, and that book will be out in October. They went after me tooth and nail. I said I was too busy and had no time, and they have a foreword from me in that book. And they will be here on November 8th. We'll have Steve Strom and Rebecca Watson giving a presentation on this book, and I will be hosting as the forward writer. Now, we have the essential background before we get into the problem-solving aspect of this, we are going to go through some of the bare facts here. So what we have here, and I won't take those glasses, but I have a smaller print version of this here. Okay, so here we have the essential background. In 1906, and we'll get a little bit more into this act, in 1906, Congress passed a remarkable law called the Antiquities Act. It gives the president very extraordinary unilateral opportunity and power and authority to create monuments. Some would question whether it also gives the president the power to contract those monuments or to make them smaller. That will be one of the things we'll discuss. The issue raised with the Bears Ears designation in southern Utah, that has been in play for quite a long time. You would think with the way that has hit national controversy, you would think maybe that just came up a few years ago. In fact, a number of the areas that are part of the land fought over today, they were originally included in a proposal in 1964 for Canyonlands National Park. So even though it seems as if it has just hit the news cycle in the last year or so, in fact it has been an issue that has quite a history in itself in its designation and previous considerations for land reservation. The next item here, the friction over the use of the national monument in Utah, that tension, friction, conflict, anger, bitterness, etc., accelerated in 1996 when President Bill Clinton and Interior Secretary Bruce Abbott paid no attention to local residents and their resistance or concern or complaints about a national monument designation. They said very directly to each other that the Democrats stood no chance of winning Utah, so they would just go right ahead and designate the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument. They held the dedication to that monument in Arizona because they felt it wasn't going to be well received as it wasn't in Utah. A backstory here, which I know because I interviewed the former secretaries, is that this changed Bruce Abbott. Rather than saying that worked so well, we'll just persist whether people want it or not, he was a changed person after he saw the backlash on this. He went always in much more of a courtship and persuasion mode to localities after that. That is not as well known, in fact, it's not known at all as a story. Now, sometimes he would go to a locale and he would say, you know, this would make a great national monument, but I wonder if you folks want to propose some form of land conservation instead. So he could often use a little bit of threat, but anyway, he got a whole different operating mode out of that, and people don't really notice that. Okay, in very recent years, in 2015, a group called the Bears Ears Intertribal Coalition was formed with several different tribal folks, Navajo, Hopi, and Ute peoples coming together, and that is not an easy undertaking. There is tension and struggles and troubled memories of tension between, well, violence between the Navajos and the Utes, so to build such a coalition was not an easy matter. They came together for a proposal to designate the Bears Ears National Monument and to experiment in a very innovative way with a collaboration between the National Park Service and the tribes involved. That's a very promising experiment, and again, it's very innovative and no one quite knows how that will work out in practice, but it is promising. President Obama designated that monument in December 2016, just before leaving office, and then in 2017, December, President Donald Trump overruled the Obama administration designation and shrank the size of the monument by close to 85%. And yes, oil and gas resources and also uranium were part of the calculations, access to those resources in that shift. Does the 1906 Antiquities Act give the president the power to shrink monuments as well as to create and designate them? Well, lawsuits aplenty are testing that question now, and there is a long set of procedures to change the venue, to have the venue be Washington, D.C. rather than Utah, and who knows how that will come out, and many other forms of claims and litigation. So that is your basic literacy background before we now we get to what I hope are 6 ideas that are historically sound and grounded and evidence supported that could make for a more civil and productive discussion and maybe even provide alternatives to the litigation that is really filling the courts right now. So, what on earth would a historical perspective be that might help us deal with controversy? And in a number of ways, these historical perspectives ask us to back away from this moment and think in a larger picture in time. So here is the first of these historical perspectives. From the start of the Union until the late 19th century, the basic federal operation in land management was transferring land from public domain to private ownership. It had the funny word disposal to characterize that, but moving land from public ownership into private ownership. And that was the definition of progress. That was the engine of westward expansion. In the 1890s, a reversal in that practice emerged to designate lands of the public domain for permanent federal management. That, starting in the 1890s, continuing into the first part of the 20th century, continuing into the 1930s, that represented a gigantic and disorienting change in the practices of the federal government and in the definition of progress. That was such a vast change that it cannot surprise us to realize that 100 years more than that, since that change started, that shift leaves some people and some communities unsettled and rattled. There can be no surprise if you put such a basic change into a taken for granted national practice, that will ripple into the present. The second big historical perspective. For a century and a half, many Americans saw deserts and even like sagebrush plains as really ugly. From the mid-19th century, from the early 19th century through the 19th century, overland travelers, especially in the mid-19th century, said, this is a horrible-looking wasteland. How do we get out of here as fast as we can? That was the prevailing understanding, and then in the 20th century, starting in the early 20th century, building up in the mid-20th century, other points of view came into play, and people started saying, well, it's stunningly beautiful. It's an amazing change. It is night and day. It is so dramatic and so wild to change. Not everybody's on board with this change, and if you take away people's water supplies, they're going to go back to the 19th century view. They're going to be scared and they're going to be frightened because, in fact, these are alarming landscapes. But to have so many people enraptured with the beauty of these places now, that's a remarkable change, and that too requires us to step back from this moment and think about what a vast scale of change this is. These are the places that terrified 19th century Americans for a very good reason. How do you get from one place to another in a landscape like that? These are desertous landscapes. The notion that anyone would ever come to consider these places as stunningly beautiful, as spiritually uplifting, that was not in the picture until really comparatively recent times. So, by the way, there must be joy in the room because I said I had 6 proposals, 6 things, and I'm moving really rapidly through them. So that's where people just think, can you imagine? She's only got 4 more to go. We're going to get there. We're going to be alive here. It's going to work. So, but I did make some tough choices on what to leave out, so that's what we're doing here. Okay, so here we have the third big historical perspective, which is not always in play when Americans today go to visit national parks, national forests, land management lands. To designate those lands as under permanent federal management, that connects directly to the removal and often enough the sort of historical disappearance from memory of the Indian peoples who inhabited those locales. That is a legacy from the past that calls for serious consideration. So to remember that when we go to Rocky Mountain National Park and we think, oh, it's so beautiful, it's just direct from the creator's hands, well, there's a lot of human history there. We're actually saying American West is working on a project to make sure that when you go to Rocky Mountain National Park, you not only hear about the Ute, Cheyenne, and Arapaho people, you might well meet some of the Ute, Cheyenne, and Arapaho people who still feel engaged there. So that is a very big project, and it is, in my opinion and from my experience, one of the best ways to reckon with historical injury and to move on and to build alliances and friendships across that journey. Fourth, we have something that I think deserves much more frontal attention from advocates on every side. It gets very frontal attention from advocates opposing the creation of national monuments. But this is a fact that requires a frontal, forthright gaze. The Antiquities Act of 1906 delegated to the President of the United States an unusual and extraordinary degree of unilateral power. There is no difficulty in understanding why that has triggered episodes of controversy that continue in full force in some areas today. So if you look at the language, I'm going to go off that track for just a moment to notice a zone of objection that some people raise today. This is the language from the Act. You'll see how much authority is given to the President there at the start. The President is hereby authorized in his discretion, not in consultation with Congress, not in consultation with local county commissioners, not in consultation with the townspeople who might have different visions of oil and gas development, just in his discretion to proclaim these sites as national monuments. And notice the phrasing though, they're historic and prehistoric structures, historic landmarks, historic and prehistoric structures, and other objects of historic or scientific interest. You'll notice that there's nothing there that says, and giant landscapes of great dimension that extend in all directions across the horizon. So there are people active in the litigation now who say that says nothing about vast stretches of land. The focus should be on historic and prehistoric structures, on cultural relics. Why are we having this giant landscape? Well, here's what I think we should think about as we consider that. The Antiquities Act, we might consider to be one of those early moments of recognition that the categories I just put forward, culturally significant places where human beings and human structures are evident, and natural places where it seems as if it's just a stretch of geology in front of your eyes. Separating those may not be a particularly accurate or helpful way of thinking. So critics of the recent designations of monuments assert that the authors of the act intended to protect cultural resources, not natural resources, not landscapes. But that distinction between natural resources and cultural resources, that may not carry meaning. It does not carry meaning in the context of Indian people's thinking, and it may not even carry that much meaning in the context of non-Indian people's thinking. I will say for my co-authors and pals there, Steve Strong and Rebecca Robinson, the Bearsers place is so associated with the memory of Steve's wife, Rebecca's grandmother, that to call it just a natural landscape is to miss how much that human association and memory of the lost relative matters to them. So even there, I would say we don't really do much service to non-Indian people's thinking if we separate culture and nature. And really, how are you to separate cultural and natural resources in a place like Bearsers? Several examples here where those are so intertwined. It's a very, very rich area for petroglyphs, and again, that is natural, cultural. How would you ever draw that line? So now we are going to have what you cannot have really any other place in the Western United States right now. We're going to have a rare moment of tranquility in thinking about the Antiquities Act of the National Monuments. Yes, the Act did make an unusually substantial allocation of power to the President, and it is understandable that there are reasons why local people living in proximity to public lands that get designated as national monuments, there are reasons why local people see that allocation of power to the President as a departure from democratic practice and a way of overruling the legitimate claims of local people. There is a reason why local people have those objections, why particularly in southern Utah, the Mormon communities of long-term settlers there think that this is not a respectful way of responding to their cultural traditions and their understandings. And there is also a significant sector of local people in proximity to public lands who have found this to be a great source of economic opportunity. So the characteristic, if we refer to local Western attitudes towards monuments, we must remember that those vary widely. And indeed, some people, like around Grand Staircase Escalante, have found this to be the bedrock of their prosperity. So now, very quickly, a shift to perspectives drawn from the distinctive history of Utah. And this is what I think is particularly missing in any national discussion. New York Times doesn't seem to have noticed this, hardly anyone seems to have noticed this. So Utah offers Western historians a wonderful invitation to think comparatively, because Utah is located right in our midst and not in a distant locale. The comparisons are right in front of us. That brings us to the fifth historical perspective, and that is a recognition that, again, appears nowhere in popular conversation today, in congressional debates and litigation. Mormon settlers brought with them a distinctive, I think we could go further and say, a unique attitude towards the human relationship with nature, and especially to land ownership. Mormons were the only pioneers in the American West with a clear set of stated, recognized values put forward by their leaders, resting on religious faith, on stewardship over ownership of nature. So stewardship over nature, not ownership. These were settlers with a distinctive, with a distinctive initial recognition of the significance of Indian people, who in Mormon, in the Book of Mormon appear under the name Lamanites. It's a complicated story, I'm going very fast here, but these are settlers who felt that Mormons had a distinctive obligation to have humane relationships with Indian people and to be in exchange and community with them. Did they deliver on that? No, not consistently in any way at all, but they did put a premium on maintaining peaceful relationship between settlers and natives that was quite distinctive in Western expansion. Just one of many examples on this idea of stewardship. Brigham Young and Joseph Smith both said, you do not, to their settlers, you do not own the land, you are the steward for the land. You will be held responsible in the future for your behavior as a steward. So you are here commencing the new. The soil, the air, the water are all pure and healthy. Do not suffer them to become polluted with wickedness. The true principle is to hold emphatically everything possessed upon the altar for the use and benefits of the kingdom of God, and man shall be as stewards over which they possess. So there's a very strong sense of the deeper meanings and the different meanings from it's my property and I can do what I want, but a recognition of the common theological meaning of being in good relationship with land. Okay, the sixth historical perspective. Utah's history presents a very distinctive case study in the relationship between the federal government and the state in land allocation. As I'm sure everyone knows, this is a different route into the Union. This is the state that the Mormons originally wanted to create, Deseret, which was quite a substantial state and got a little bit smaller when it turned into Utah. Within that state, from 1847 to 1869, the Mormons completely presided over land allocation. It was not the procedure followed everywhere else, where the general land office allocated property to individual owners into households. This was the Mormon church having the decision-making power over how land was to be allocated. Land was usually allocated around homes in a village, and then farming plots at a bit of a distance, so you walked to your land, but you came back into community every night. In some ways, you might say it was a better form of building a society than the 160 acres spread out form of settlement. So they did that. And then, in 1869, the federal government came in with the General Land Office and imposed its authority over the distribution of land in Utah. Now, if you have followed the stories of the friction between the federal government and the Mormons over plural marriage in the 19th century, you will have reason to think that the federal assumption of authority over land allocation would trigger an explosion of friction and anger among the Mormons. But think again. The Mormons welcomed the federal government, even though in land allocation, even though they resisted them intensely over territorial government appointments and plural marriage. Why? Here is a very nice quotation from a fine scholar of Mormonism, which sort of sums up many people's attitudes, so I'll just let you read that. That's not Mormons alone who have that attitude, but why did the Mormons welcome land allocation? Because in 1869, Transcontinental Railroad got completed. And Brigham Young had been thinking for several years, this isn't going to go well. If we only have our own authority in our land claims and we do not have federal certification and authentication of those land claims, a lot of Gentiles are going to get off those trains and they are going to be a real problem for us unless we have federal land claims. So rather than fight the arrival of the General Land Office, Brigham Young delegated his personal secretary, William Clayton, to be the emissary building cooperation and bridges between the federal government and the Mormons. So, very different from the we have always fought the federal government stance that you'll hear from many representatives in our time, and I should say, and also around 1900, when federal conservation was starting up, the Mormons had innocently overgrazed the foothills in the lower slopes of the mountains. They were having very bad problems with floods. They had reason to welcome federal conservation. So here again, the Mormons don't, as when people rise to fight federal authority with the national forest creation, they actually welcome that. So it is time to abandon the core issue here, abandon the assumption of an inherent and consistent antagonism in matters of land management between the Mormons and the federal government. So, there's a question that preoccupies the historian. What could we do here with these historical elements? How could they help us deal with the Bears controversy? In my opinion, they changed the terms. You have to stop and think. You can't just say Mormons versus the federal government over land management. It's a much more complicated, and I would also say much more interesting story. None of this has appeared in the national media or even the local media. So, I dream of an op-ed piece somewhere. So then now we just go quickly into this very difficult territory. I know I'm almost out of time here, but this could be slippery. Here is the Patagonia ad on the Patagonia has gone to town as a company and as a social force to support the Bears Ears project as it was proposed by Obama and to fight the Trump reduction. So this is Chenard on one side, on Chenard, the fiercest battle in some ways on this, and then, just to show that everybody can get involved in a good fight if they want to, these are comments from Congressman Rob Bishop, who was a Utah congressman, who was an ardent opponent of the larger Bears Ears project. So I guess I would just be happy that you're all reading that so I don't have to read it myself. But it's not a peak moment in civility. So why am I pushing so hard for this change in consciousness? Because it is a way to have a chance for deliberation, a chance to think through habits of mind that we follow and that we do not need to follow, that we can choose a different memory of our history. We could see all these things at once. We could think of the injuries and injustice of the displacement of Indian people from the lands. We could recognize the frustrations and even despair of some rural Westerners, and we could have an evidence-based concern over the tension between the economic development of natural resources and the production of cultural and natural resources. So there is our concluding slide here. This is Congressman Rob Bishop, and that is me. I dream of a chance to chat with him. I dream of a very difficult act of saying to Congress, and I need to tell you, my father's from Brigham City. He lives in Brigham City. He's a retired history teacher. I'm a history teacher. He likes community theater. I like community theater. I just figure we must have something going for us on that. So my dream is that we could have a chat about how Mormons and the United States in general has a richer, more interesting history than you would know if you followed the current controversies. So that is the dream. And now I know I'm at 1:14, and I know it is time for the responder, who's me. So it seemed like a really funny idea when Michael and I were corresponding about this. It just seemed like a delightful idea. I was actually going to be the introducer as well as the responder. It was going to be totally madness. I was going to have different hats and so on. So I am now responding to myself in the last minute here. And this did seem like a good idea, maybe it was, I don't know. So I shall now speak to myself in the second person. So, okay. Patty, you are a person of great hope, and you believe deeply in the power of historical understanding to improve our lives today. Sometimes we think it wouldn't be the worst thing if you were a little more realistic and practical in your hopes. But even though your attendance at meetings may be the worst of any member of the club, we know that you try to carry the Rotarian spirit wherever you go. And we look forward to a future where you finally develop some skills in time management and show up regularly on Fridays. And I will now like to give to myself 100 polio doses. Thank you.